There we go. Hello everyone, welcome. Little bit bad timing for myself because I haven't eaten dinner yet, so a big bowl of stuff. Yeah, I need to do something about those coins, I guess, to make them actually more useful. Hey, this is my dinner, Mina. This is not even candy. Leave me alone. I need foods. So I'm gonna have to wolf it down somehow. But yeah, I'm just looking at these things. It's like highlight my message. Okay, let me just take a quick look at here. What can we actually get from these things? So I can send a bunch of things. I mean, unlocking emotes and stuff is kind of cheap. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do with this, you know? Not today. Today is Wednesday, not Sunday. The cake baking stuff will be on Sunday. At least that's the plan. Though we'll see if we actually stream Star Wars this week, because we're suddenly very busy. So, but there's a bunch of things going on. Yes, I mean that is a redeeming factor for this case, Pix. Like Von Karma beating the shit out of everyone, all of the witnesses, whipping the stupid clown, whipping the stupid ventriloquist, whipping the next character that comes later. He deserves it. And just whipping Phoenix for taking this goddamn case, you know? It's just so much. So, I really don't. So yeah, Von Karma is definitely a highlight in this case because she does all the things we want to do ourselves. So yeah. Hey, I mean, she can whip them all she wants for all I care in this case, because this case is just, ugh, I don't like it. So feel free to give all the snarky comments you want, because we're gonna need it for this case. Good morning, Max. Max? Milk. What? If I don't have a glass of milk before I go on stage, I just can't function, sweetie. Stage? Don't worry, there won't be a stage. All you have to do is sit down. I guess. Nick, Max is really nervous. It's understandable. Hey, my sweeties! What? You don't think I should fly, do you? Huh? You know, you gotta make a good first impression. When I enter the room, maybe I should fly in and warm up the crowd a little. No. We can't have you flying around the courtroom. It just wouldn't be right. Imagine if you hit someone. Don't worry, Max. Just do what Nick says and everything will be okay. Oh, sweetie. What is it this time, Max? Why don't you try flying into the courtroom? I can see it now. The dashing young lawyer flying fabulously in from above. One glimpse of that and everyone in the room will be on your side. Max, really, no one needs to fly today. Nick? What's with that look in your eyes? I like the sound of that. Dashing young lawyer, flying fabulously. And now this case for one. What? Your Honor, get it on with. Get on with it. Oh, sorry. I just realized the defendant's name is Billy Bob Jones. So? Well, isn't the defendant also known as Maximilian Galactica? Yes, Your Honor. He often does go by that. He does often go by that name.
You know, my grandchild is a huge fan of his. I think everyone here wouldn't mind if we call the defendant Maximilian Galactica. It sounds more friendly.
I wonder if that's to our advantage.
Miss Von Karma, your opening statement, please.
I hope you didn't bother thinking you'd win this one, Mr. Phoenix, right? Huh? That spirit training trial was a sham. I refuse to acknowledge its legitimacy. It did not count. Do you hear me? She must still be upset about what happened last time. You have no chance. Zero, zilch, nada. I am not losing this case. Why, do you ask? Because it is not in the manner of a Von Karma to lose at anything. I guess being born with a Von Karma name is a free pass to be arrogant and annoying. Watch and learn, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'll show you the textbook procedure for proving how absolutely guilty you are. Me? Guilty? What are you talking about? It will be my ultimate revenge. Oh, I need to. I also need to. The bad thing is that I also need to eat this thing while it's still hot. But it's not like it'll bring her dad back. There. Opening statement complete. Now let's hurry and wrap up this waste of time.
Very well. You may call your first witness, Miss Von Karma.
Detective Get Dick Gumshoe, get up there. Now. Sorry to keep you from work. I'm sure you'll need every penny you can earn, Detective. Don't mention it. It's no trouble at all. I've been looking forward to this. Very well. I would like you to begin by shedding light on the events in question. At your service, sir.
All right, Detective, proceed. You may proceed with your testimony.
Who knows? The night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out. All the performers were gathered in the big top to practice their routines. The practice session broke up around 10 p.m. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. The victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail. The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck. That's a pretty hefty, force of trauma.
I see, he was beaten to death.
Here's the autopsy report for the victim.
The court accepts this into evidence. A blunt object. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Probably. Yeah, sorry, 9:40. So let's see. So yeah. Let me ask you about the snow. It was nearly a blizzard up until the time of the crime. Did it pile up? It wasn't such a big deal. Maybe about 1.5 inches of rust on the ground. The snow froze in place and stayed on the ground until the next day. The snow. Let me see. There's gotta be more to this. What's the matter, Nick? I need to take a look at the court record. I mean, we have a picture here. I guess that's all we wanted to take a look at. Yeah.
Mr. Gumshoe, what were the members of the circus doing on the night of the crime?
I mean, anyone would be scared of Lisa doing shit. I mean, she pulls stuff literally out of her ass just by glancing at you, and the thing she pulls out is correct. When you say all the circus performers, who do you mean? Everyone but the dancers and staff were there. Regina the animal tamer, Mo the clown, Ben the ventriloquist, and of course the defendant Maximilian Galactica, and his victim, the ringmaster. Oh, I almost forgot, Regent the tiger was there as well. Out of curiosity, what about the circus monkey? When I was investigating yesterday, he happened to snatch my wristwatch.
Detective, you are welcome to file a police report after these proceedings.
I mean, I guess that was the fake wristwatch we found in the evidence in that pile of stuff. After the practice was over, where did everyone else head off to? Regina was playing with Regent, while Mo went back to his room tired from work. Ben the ventriloquist went to the front gate, absorbed in his own world. The ringmaster and Max went off to the ringmaster's room to talk privately.
Talk privately, huh? That's awfully suspicious. You wouldn't happen to know what they were talking about, would you?
It seems that they were negotiating Max's salary. Actually, Max was asking for Regina's hand in marriage. I'd like you to be a bit more specific about the event at 10:15 p.m. Okay, no problem, not a problem, pal. We got a witness that told us how the— Ow! This is totally meaningless, time to move on.
Alright. We'll just have to revisit that testimony later. Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling us how the witness met his end?
Hey, Karma, he was answering a question. A wooden box? That's right. The victim must have been carrying the wooden box when he was killed.
Carrying the box, huh?
It was a rather strange wooden box, Your Honor.
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, it was much heavier than it looked. Not to mention it was locked.
Locked, you say?
This might be my only chance, so I might as well ask some questions. What is relevant here? £20 is about like 10 kilos, right? Something like that. Do you mind telling us what was inside the box? Well, when we found the box, it was lost tighter than false knocks. So we took it back to the station and cracked it open. Inside of it was this little bottle.
Bottle? What is that, detective?
Exactly what it looks like, your doctor. Doctor, it's a condiment bottle. What? What's inside a bottle? It's filled with pepper.
Pepper? Why in the world was it locked in that big box?
There was only one little bottle in that huge box? I wonder if that has some sort of special meaning. According to the autopsy report, the murder weapon was a blunt object, correct? You've done your homework, pal. No, you just told us. And you haven't found this murder weapon, have you? The police are searching for it as we speak. My theory is that it is something the perpetrator ran off with.
You would think so, especially since you didn't find it on the scene.
No. I bet it made it disappear with magic.
Well, I think we have a good feel for the details of the events now.
I guess that's all we're gonna get out of Gumshoe in this case. You mean all we're gonna get out of him is that little bottle of pepper? Now that we have wrapped up with detective, I'd like to call my next witness. I'm not even off the stand yet. Obviously. But that is due to you being slow and unable to take a hint. I don't know, but Raptors has to be such a mean sound to it. I'm a sensitive guy.
Thank you very much, Detective Gumshoe. You may step down. Miss Von Karma, call your next witness.
I would like to call Benjamin Woodman to the stand. She must be talking about Ben the ventriloquist. I wonder if the Triller will show up on the stand as well. Please state your name and occupation for the record. My name is Triloquist. I am employed as an operatic tenor.
Excuse me? The witness called to the stand was one Benjamin Woodman, ventriloquist.
That robe must be cutting off your circulation. I said that I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me? Fine. I'll grace you with a song. Ahem. Me. The world of the law, exciting and daring, guilt or innocence, decided by a judge dressed up like a woman. Well, what do you think? It had a good rhythm. It's just the lyrics. They leave something to be desired, so to speak. Trillo, you know better than to insult a judge. Shut up! Just look at your nose. You would think you would have sense to fix it. It's so ugly, I want to punch you in the face to keep on the off chance the swelling would help. You know that your nose is the reason you'll never be an A-list star. Celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes into their minds.
What is going on here? Order! Order! I demand to know who the witness is.
Don't worry about me, sir. I'll let Trillo handle this.
I'm not worried about you one bit. I am worried about getting my testimony in my court.
You won't get anywhere trying to figure out this witness. Now, let's proceed. Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge. The clown. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance. That's when I saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime. He was the only one headed that way, and how could that punk not be the killer? Then the police showed up and took the magic boy away. You saw Maximilian Galactica heading towards the scene. Are you sure of that? Without a doubt. He had on his silk hat, cloak, and a dumb white rose on his chest. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high?
That's enough. I think we all get the picture. Just one thing. You said you ditched a clown.
That's right, dress boy.
Well, since you went with him, couldn't that mean that the clown committed the crime?
He's got a point. What a shame. It was a nice theory, but the clown can't be the culprit.
Why is that?
Here is absolute proof.
Oh, a silk hat.
This was found at the scene of the crime. It belongs to the defendant. Without question, he was wearing his signature hat during the practice. If the clown was the murderer, there would be no reason for this hat to be at the scene.
Well done, Miss Von Karma. Your prosecutorial skills are unrivaled. Well done.
Thank you for stating the obvious. Mr. Phoenix Wright, what do you have to say? Okay. I guess she's the boss again today. Which are those pigs? I'm not familiar with those. Or maybe I am. I just like forgot about it. I just need to get some more food while this is still hot. Sorry. The clown? You're talking about Mo? Of course I'm talking about that old fart. He's so pathetic, I can't stand him. Just taking a little bit of exercise and his makeup. Just a little bit of exercise and his makeup is all running all over the place. Just when practice was over, he was 9/10 of the way of kneeling over for good. Poor guy. We didn't have a choice, so Ben took him back to his room. When it comes to being a first place loser, that guy's ahead of the pack.
Then what happened?
Why the plaza's entrance? To do some thinking, of course. It was awfully cold out that night, especially with all the snow around. Wouldn't thinking in a nice warm lodging house would have been a better idea? Mr. Phoenix Wright, I think you would leave the thinking to the thinking to the witness. But I'm a good thunker. At least my teachers always said I was. Are you sure it was really Max Galactica? Of course I'm sure. How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby three-piece getup? Snobby three-piece getup? Get the wax out of your ears, lawyers nowadays. You're like talking to a brick wall. Max three-piece getup, jeez. Could you be any more dense? All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you. Nick, I think you should maybe put a little bit more effort into preparing your questions. You saw Max and only Max, right, Trilla? That's right, and that makes him the killer. There was only one person headed that way that night.
That makes quite a bit of sense and makes Max one suspicious character.
There's more to this story than meets the eye. Is there something amiss in this? I mean, there is the whole thing with the hat thing. Oh, there's this one. That's a bit strange, don't you think? What's so strange? That you only saw Max. Does it seem like you should have seen someone else as well?
What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Who else do you suppose this witness could have seen?
Well, of course, the ringmaster. Duh.
That's the victim.
That's correct. If Trilla was at the entrance to the plaza, he should have seen the ringmaster as well. Ah! Obviously, the ringmaster arrived at the scene before the crime before the witness could have seen him. Anyone with a sense could have figured that one out. What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max went together to the ringmaster's room. Is that, according to the defendant, a likely story? If Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room, why was he, just as the witness stated, at the scene of the crime? Hello there, Farnwell. You aren't too late. My dinner still is.
I see. It seems that at this stage, I have no reason to doubt this witness' testimony.
Oh, I mean, the bad thing is that I can feel my macaroni thing about to be going cold.
Yeah, there are clearly no conclusive contradictions.
He's right. A brilliant judgment, Your Honor. Now, let's move along with the testimony. Trilling wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, would he? Well, Max is part of that bitter love triangle with Regina, which is probably why Max conked it over the head. Nick, wasn't Ben the one who got knocked over the head? Yeah, I think so. I don't know anymore. I suppose you should. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm an amateur streamer, okay? The clown? Are you talking about Mo? Oh right, we have already done this. Oh, there's all the monkeys here. Around what time did the police arrive at the scene? It's basically a macaroni gratin-ish, but it's not like kind of. Is it? So it's macaroni, it's cream, that is heavy cream, egg, some dried tomatoes, cheese, and minced meat. That's been in the oven. That's basically all. And I have topped it with some homemade ketchup and homemade hot sauce. That's what I'm eating. Oh, and of course seasoned with some nutmeg and some cayenne and pepper and salt. I suppose that would be around... Hey, what time was it? Huh? I think it was, I'd say it was a bit after 10:30 p.m, I think. Practice ended at 10, so you hung around the lodging house the entire time? I guess that sounds about right. Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you just stand outside in that weather. Well, the truth is... will you shut up, you big-nosed dope? Why are you telling me anything extra? Why can't you believe we just stand outside in the weather? Well, maybe you were waiting for someone. What? Who said we were waiting for someone? Mr. Phoenix Wright, we can do without your offhanded theories. But this witness, he's cracking under pressure already. I'm onto something.
Mr. Wright? Who do you suppose the witness was waiting for out in the cold that night?
I suppose that would be Regina, really. I'm just gonna get me some more food. Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And that one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina. Wow! You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. That's not creepy at all, by the way. Am I mistaken? By the way, how old was this guy? Like 31? Yeah, he's 31. And he's waiting for Regina. Am I mistaken?
Is this true?
Well, you can't really ask me that question. Who cares if who I was waiting for that night? What is important was what I saw. Don't you forget it.
Well, well, well. The puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right.
Eh? Yeah, the music. This music here, the objection music is just so dull. It's like, ugh. It's a real step down from compared to the previous game. All right. There is obviously a reason why this witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else